Hey guys, Scott here. I think it's about time I addressed the ongoing performance and connection issues DBD has been having for several months now. These really started getting a lot worse when the game switched to Unreal Engine 5, an engine that developers are notoriously not good at working with yet. I'm sure it'll be fine in a while, but pretty much every Unreal Engine 5 game that I've played has just performed like absolute dog shit. Silent Hill 2 Remake was the last one that I played. And despite having a pretty damn good computer, I was getting 50, 60 FPS when I should be getting 120 minimum on that. So Unreal Engine 5, the engine itself might be fine, but I think developers are not particularly good or adept at working with it yet. And that is when I noticed all these sorts of issues beginning to happen. And it's weird. It's not just performance in the actual game, it's actual server performance and packet loss and all this stuff. So I don't know how many times you've been in a lobby recently, but you've seen these symbols right here. This is the packet loss symbol, and this is the high ping symbol right here. I have been seeing these maybe, it depends when you're playing is the weird part. Early in the day, I almost never see these, but more like 6, 7, 8 p.m., I see these almost every single game, and I don't understand what is causing this to begin with. Now, high ping is something that's happened just randomly, but I've noticed recently, way more often than not, you will get put into a server in which everybody has high ping, which makes no sense. You would think, okay, maybe some guys from Europe, and for some reason the game decided he's going to be the selector of where this game is going to take place. But no, sometimes you load into a lobby and everyone has 150 ping. You're like, who is this benefiting? This is for nobody. Everyone is going to be miserable here. This sucks. Because despite what that one developer said at one time, 150 ping is not good. It's absolutely miserably terrible, especially in any type of online game that's got rapid movement and things like that. So, yeah, absolutely horrible. And that has been happening more and more, and I don't understand. The theory behind that is, at least the working theory is, it is when there's an overflow of players on one particular server, so it just shoves them onto something else. I would rather wait another 2 or 3 minutes than have to play on something with 4 times as high ping. I can't express how bad this game feels with ping. Hitboxes are already super jank. You add 160 milliseconds of ping on top of that, and the game is barely even playable. You have to just pre-drop every pallet. There's no nuance to the game anymore. It's just everyone has to play as absurdly safe as possible, and it just absolutely sucks. So that should never happen. It should always prioritize just having higher or a better connection or lower ping than just, saving you another minute in queue or something like that. That's my opinion on the topic. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but I feel like that one's kind of a bit of a no-brainer. Then we have packet loss. Packet loss is a separate issue where it's not just a long time for data to be sent. Sometimes the data is not sent, or sometimes the data takes randomly more often or less often, or to actually send the data itself. So what that is, it's basically a variable high ping, which is even worse. So sometimes it'll look like your game is not laggy at all, and then randomly you'll just get a shit ton of delay on whatever action you just try to do. I feel like you are most able to notice this on Killer. For example, on Nemesis, sometimes if you have high packet loss, you will pull out your tentacle, and the time it takes to actually swing is modified by the packet loss, which causes you to miss very often. Nemesis is one of those killers that is very negatively affected by this. Blight is another one where you can kind of rubber band after. Basically, packet loss is even worse than high ping, because at least high ping is consistent. Packet loss is just randomly variable throughout the match, and it makes predicting what is and is not going to hit even harder to do, and that's very, very frustrating. So we got bad packet loss, the occasional you're in the wrong server, very, very high ping game, and on top of all of that, we have an insane amount of game freezes. And I know I'm not the only one that's experiencing this, because every time it happens on my stream, a couple of people in chat say, oh, you're getting those too? This happens all the time. It's so annoying. So if you guys haven't encountered this, then I'm happy for you. But every once in a while, maybe 3 or 4 times a game, the entire game will just stop. It will just freeze for a full second. And this can be really bad or really not impactful at all, depending on what you're doing. The problem is it's usually based on an action being done, a killer swinging or a killer breaking a pallet or power usage. It very rarely happens just running in a straight line or something like that. So the entire game freezes when a killer uses your power, and then you don't know where you are for a second. And very often it causes you to run into walls or not loot properly, and then you end up getting hit because your entire game froze. This is definitely an Unreal Engine 5 related thing. I've seen this type of thing in other Unreal Engine 5 games before. I don't know what the hell causes it, but I think it's about time we finally start addressing this, because we've all just sort of accepted it. And I know it's not just me. I see this on everyone's streams. It is happening to a lot of people. Not everybody, but it is happening to a lot of people. And we're all just kind of sitting here going, all right, well, whatever. But no, I think we actually do need to cause some, I'm going to say the word hullabaloo here, because I'm a man born in 1936. But it is really starting to affect gameplay and get really annoying. And I'm actually like losing games occasionally due to like random packet losses at bad times, causing me to miss, causing a snowball effect where the survivor gets to leave and they get to save someone else, blah, 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 blah. So all these things amount to an extremely frustrating experience. I don't know what the hell they need to do to fix this stuff. Usually I can offer some type of technical advice to make the situation we're in better, but I don't even understand what exactly is happening here, other than probably the server backfill being the cause of high ping. I don't even know how to begin to explain the packet loss and then the frame drops other than Unreal Engine 5. So this all started kind of around the whole Dracula time. That's when I noticed this getting worse and worse, and nothing's changed. It just hasn't gotten better. They haven't addressed it. I feel like they haven't talked about it. So this is me talking about it. Hopefully we can actually get attention on this, because yeah, it is extremely obnoxious having to see these damn symbols every single game at night. I really, really hate seeing these things. So what do we do about it? I don't know. It's up to behavior. At least address it. At least say, yeah, we know there's some shit going on. We're trying to fix it, but it's taking us a while. I'd be okay with that. Just give us some acknowledgement that something is very clearly wrong, and we'll go from there. But that's it for my rant today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.